All right, what's up, y'all? It's another edition of the Angry Educated Black Man. And we out here in Montreal, beautiful Montreal. We in Canada, baby. Made it safely. We in Canada, Montreal. It's all good. You know I'm about to get in my digs. We about to get lit. I need a one dance. I had to come to Montreal. You know, this is just part of the summer tour. We hit Brazil. We hit Barcelona. And now we in Montreal. You know, I got about 20 minutes before I catch my flight. So I just wanted to give you, some reflections and basically what happened throughout my trip in Montreal. First drink of vacation. I taste the fucked upness. I taste it. Now, this isn't the beautiful scene that I typically have for you because there's a lot of construction going on. A nigga forgot his tripod. I haven't slept in a couple of days. And you know what it is. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all been seeing the Instagram. Y'all been seeing the photos. You know what it is. Anyway, let me focus on my more important points. So, Montreal has been extremely overwhelming and I don't really know where to begin. I mean, I probably should say first that I had a list of things that I wanted to do and I was confident that I was gonna get through that list. Little did I know that, nigga, I had to create another list this long of shit I wanted to do in Montreal, and I've been here a week. Nigga, I haven't been sleeping. Nigga, I've been eating so damn good. The women are beautiful. I've never seen white women approach me like this in my life. Now, you will be like, oh, don't they speak French in Montreal and you won't be able to survive? I'm like, no, that really doesn't matter. Everybody speaks English. You know, everybody's friendly for the most part. I was talking to one cab driver that said Montreal kind of had, with the French influence, had a little bit of a racist history back about 15 years ago and was very xenophobic. So I'm very happy and appreciative that that is no longer the case. And I must say that myself, I really didn't feel, much racism. It didn't feel like I did in Barcelona. Now, granted, it didn't feel as loving and enduring as Brazil, but at the same time, I definitely felt that spirit of happiness. It just felt like everybody was trying to have a good time. Everybody was just trying to live life, to enjoy things the best way that they could. I guess I should walk you through the entire journey, but it's kind of hard to cover everything. I think there's a lot of points that were really of interest. I don't know where to start. I guess I should start with the sculpture and the landscape of the city. It was very interesting. I felt like I could walk everywhere. I felt like everything was extremely central. There was mad graffiti, mad construction, as they're doing now. It just really had a very city feel to it. It kind of had that old European, but at the same time, like a brand new city. It reminded me of New York a lot, but of course it was a lot cleaner. I definitely say it wasn't as diverse, but at the same time, created its own feel. I can't really explain or describe it. The first day I got here, a nigga was just stay out till 3 o'clock at night. There's no VIP, there's no bottle service. It was fucking $5 to get into the club. It was $5 for fucking shots. And of course, the Canadian dollar is only 75% of what the American dollar is. So niggas out here balling, you know what I'm saying? I could drink. I never had to once buy a bottle because drinks were just so cheap. Everybody was dancing, everybody was having a good time. There were so many parties to go to. There was so much going on that there was no way I could possibly comprehend or even be able to go to everything that was happening. It was actually extremely overwhelming. Every night I felt like there was 16,000 things to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of thugged it out. I always met some cool people. I met a cool person from Toronto. Hostelmates was from Australia. I met these awesome people from South Florida who were geologists, and we talked about all of our different travels. I met this art collector. As usual, when I travel by myself, it's always a great experience. I always meet awesome people. I'm always learning new things about, people telling me I should go to Lima in Peru, and I should go to Hanoi in Vietnam, and that I should visit some other countries in South America. I do want to say I'm extremely thankful for my boy Cornelius. Just want to give him a shout out. What's good, Cornelius? He definitely came through. And looked out throughout the time that I was here, made sure that, to link me up with his super cool friends. I had a chance to go to a house party with them, and they had all of them were DJs. They just had a great time, was playing all different kinds of beer games. They went to McGill University together. Super cool people, vibing, chilling, having a great time. He always knew about the best spots. We had a great conversation. It was really powerful and empowering to talk to somebody who's traveled a lot, just very outgoing. And I think that, our souls and our energy resonated. So it was great to have that person there. And considering I had met him in Barcelona, it was exciting to build that sort of relationship and see that sort of grow and flounder. And I'm looking forward to more of that because I feel like a lot of the times the people you meet in school and the people that you meet, from your hometown, it's just kind of like they're trapped in this mindset. So a lot of the times I travel and I meet these people who just have this whole new understanding of life. and it's very invigorating, it's very refreshing, and it really makes me feel positive moving forward. Now, on that same night after that wonderful house party, you know, where I got to show people my dance moves, and apparently everybody's mesmerized by my dance moves. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just be doing his thing, just be, you know, chilling. They was playing some Playboy Cardi, and nigga was like, yo! Yo, you know Playboy Cardi be in that bitch, and they play that new Slime Language by Thugger. So, you know, it was all great. I had a great time, was vibing. And then after that, they had this thing called Moonlight or Moonshine, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I was at this brunch at Love, and of course I'll show you the pictures. Love had a great brunch. It was awesome. Definitely one of the best brunches I've ever had in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. The waffle didn't even need no motherfucking syrup. It was just beautifully assembled. The fruit tastes so motherfucking fresh. Nigga, I was even eating the chia seeds. Nigga, I don't even like chia seeds. Goddamn it, this shit was good. And of course, I had this great omelet, which was vegan, all natural. So it was awesome. It was a great brunch. And then I also had this dope ass smoothie. But anyways, the bartender was super. I mean, the waiter was super cool. Well, the bartender, waiter, whatever, was super cool and was telling me about this party called Moonshine, where, you know, once every month people party under the moon, you know, at a warehouse, and they party all night, basically from 1 till 6 or 7 in the morning. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the house party, we vibing, cooling, whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck with this Moonshine. So of course I knew they were gonna play electric techno music. I knew it was gonna be a very intense experience. But you know me, nigga, I'm like, shit, fuck it. If I'm gonna do this, nigga gotta roll. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You know, I need something to get me up there. You feel me? So anyways. Luckily, I was able to find some great rolls. That was one hell of an experience. You know, I had a chance to basically just party under the moon, and so we had a chance to party under the moon. The people were extremely friendly. I mean, it looked sketchy as fuck at first. I didn't know where the fuck I was going, but of course, you know, it all turned out to be okay. I mean, it was a little hot in the room, but you know, at the same time, everybody was having a good time vibing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, nigga was rolling. It's the first time I had rolling in about 2 or 3 years, and that shit was powerful. Nigga was tripping like shit. Nigga was tripping balls, goddammit. Nigga's eyes was big as a motherfucker. Nigga was just walking around feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? It was all good. It was great. I wasn't even tripping, you know, it was all about the experience. So, and plus it was kind of hot, so if I would have been dancing around to that techno music, nigga might have overheated or some shit. But I think I drank too much, and I was a little sleepy because I hadn't been sleeping much, so it didn't have the, you know, the same effect. But all in all, it was very good. It was a great experience, something that, you know, I'll remember for a lifetime. Now, also, this brings you to another point where this thing here where women just, you know, come up and approach you. And I mean, it's very, I was very taken aback myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not used to white girls walking up to me and approaching me. That's not something normal. That shit doesn't happen in the state. I mean, every club I went to, I had at least 1, 2 girls that came up to me and approached me, wanted my number or wanted to, you know, talk, like my dance moves, whatever. And it was, you know, it was very nice. It felt very good. I must say that I feel like if this is a city that I lived in, that the way the culture set up, I think the pickup game would be pretty easy for the most part. You know, just have a conversation, talk to people, pretty friendly for the most part. It was very surprising for me. I mean, there was beautiful French women coming up to me and approaching me, and you know, it was great. After I left one club where, you know, I was dancing all night, having a great time, girls were slapping me with roses, you know, I was on the stage and everybody was cool, having a good time, but I ran into these, you know, chicks who were sitting outside, and of course I was bumping my Migos and playing Narco. I was bumping Migos and playing Narcos and whatnot, and so, you know, I just then decided that I was gonna go ahead and they kind of pulled me over, so I went ahead and talked to them, and you know, we was vibing, and we ended up walking around, talking for about 3 hours. One girl was really nice. I felt like we were vibing, you know, having a good time, got her number, whatever. And so, you know, I figured like, oh, okay, this could be cool. But of course, it was bluff. It was fake as fuck. So, you know, they didn't hit me back, but it was cool. You know, those 3 hours, everybody had a good time. But it did make me come to this revelation of which I had to text my sister. It was like, you know, I went back and I thought about it. I'm like, you know, why do I waste this time following these women who don't pay any attention to me or don't give a fuck? Like, why do we hold on to these crushes? And you know what I said? I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go on my Instagram and I'm just gonna unfollow everybody I ever had a crush on, you know, because I think it's important that we remove that energy, you know, that old energy of me feeling this for somebody or me still holding on to feelings or whatever else it is, and we remove all that energy. You know what, if somebody ain't about you and somebody ain't about shit, you let them go. You know what I'm saying? It's about you and it's your life. So you make sure that you bring in new energy and you bring in people that really want to be around you. Hey, it ain't even got to be somebody you dating. It's just about that energy, about bringing in that wanting to be around you and wanting to build and wanting to grow, you know, like my nigga Cornelius, you know what I'm saying? This man wants to build and this man wants to grow. So rather than me waste 3 hours with this girl who don't give a fuck or 3 hours on some Instagram looking at some crush, I should spend 3 hours building and making something that's useful and powerful. You know what I'm saying? We've really, you know, I'm 30 years old. I've got to work on my relationships. I don't have time for the bullshit. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So I just went ahead and shared that sentiment with my sister. She completely agreed. You know, my sister is older, married, has kids, so she knows the game. She knows what's good. You know, brother just asking for some advice, so she told me what it was. So that was a very good revelation that I had. I really enjoyed that. So I guess I should make mention of the strip club. I'm gonna go to culture, but I should make mention of the strip clubs. Now the strip clubs is wild, bro. First of all, they're cheap as fuck. It's $5 to get in. It's $5 for a shot or a drink. And then it's $10 for a lap dance. I'm like, dog, this is the cheapest shit I've ever heard of in my life. If you break it down, that's $8, that's $4, and that's $4. Like, the fuck? So, you know, of course, the nigga was getting fucked up in the strip club. You know, I kind of balanced between the club, the strip club, and then they even had an after-hour spot. Nigga, they had an after-hour spot, which means at 3 o'clock, when shit shut down, they had a whole other party until the morning. What the fuck? Bruh, do these motherfuckers sleep? You see why I don't have any energy? You see why I can't sleep? Because these motherfuckers is partying all the goddamn time. And I love it, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. And it was Labor Day weekend, so you know everybody was extra lit. And then they had this whole freshman thing where all the little freshmen was running around looking like little kids. I'm like, damn, I'm an old ass, well, I didn't really think I was an old ass nigga, but I could just tell like, oh damn, that person's 18, that person's 19, that person's 20. Although I look like I may be 18, 19, or 20, no motherfucker, my mind is not on that shit. And I don't know what the fuck they's doing. So it always gave me quite a laugh to see those people in general. Because they just young, they naive, and you know, they just living life. It made me feel good, like this is the future right here. Look at these little people right here, they the future. They just gonna make the world better. I was, you know, it just had some time to reflect. It was nice. It was nice. Remind me of my boy Adil, you know what I'm saying? Man, 16 years old doing his motherfucking thug dizzle, he's gonna come up in the world one day. Anyway, if you're looking for one in particular while you're here, you should go to Chez Paris. That shit was lit, my nigga. I mean, now granted, I'm a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? I've been the king of diamonds. I know what a strip club's supposed to look like. Motherfuckers going up to a pole at the top of the goddamn roof and just coming down, goddamn it. That's some real shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. However, nigga, Montreal is doing a little something, goddamn it. I mean, people was getting on stage and they was just doing all the types of flips and shit, and niggas was acting like it was a motherfucking sporting event, clapping and shit. I was like, you know what, I kinda like this. Not only is y'all lit, the bartender was giving me half off drinks. The girls was cool as shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm having a good ass time right now. You know what I'm saying? This is really giving King of Diamonds a run for his money right now. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming to the table and bringing something. So of course, they've got strip clubs everywhere, and you know, it was a good experience. I had a great time. I mean, I'm not necessarily the strip club type nigga. I like clubs. I like to go in, dance, have a good time, meet somebody, make a connection, whatever. We don't let this loud ass bulldozer go on its way. Anyway, now a nigga did get hustled. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the story. Nigga was mad. It was the end of the night. It was like 2:45. I was like, oh, let me slide in this club. I'm gonna get a little lap dance right quick, Kama Sutra. And you know, the girl was cute. She was nice, whatever. So we get in there. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, do you want to dance? Cool. She's like, yeah, that's what's up. So we go into the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking she's gonna dance. So she just sits on my lap and we just having a conversation, talking about school, talking about our aspirations, talking about everything else, blah, 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 so forth and so on. And I'm thinking to myself like, you know, this is all good and well, but I mean, I just kind of paid for this to be a dance, you know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't you be dancing? Bands will make her dance. I got the bands, what happened? Anyway, and 15 minutes is up, it's 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we just talked. Maybe she needed some comfort, or maybe she needed some help, whatever. Anyways, she gonna ask me for $50, and I'm not gonna lie to you, nigga. A nigga was hot. Like, fumes was coming off my chest. Fumes, nigga. Motherfucking fumes. I was pissed. So that was the one time that I did get hustled. And I was like, damn, why the fuck am I giving you $50 when you ain't do shit? So, of course, that made me feel some type of way. And overall, I felt like that particular club, the chicks in there was just trying to hustle you. Whereas the other one, they was really just trying to have a good time. The bartender was vibing and everything. But there, I felt like they was trying to get every last dollar out of you. So I wasn't feeling that. And that was Kama Sutra, but you should hit Chez Paris. Anyway, let me break down the culture. So I guess you kind of digest the vibe and the feel. I mean, I had a chance to go to the museums, the Museum of Modern Art, the Museum of Contemporary Art, and there was some great exhibits in there. I really love the Museum of Contemporary Art. It definitely has some things that made me think outside the box. It was very intriguing. I definitely have some clips that I could show you of. They have this little ball you can listen to sounds to. Really, the premise of the exhibit was really enhancing your audio and visual senses. Like, all of your natural senses that you have is really tapping into those and thinking about those things in ways that, you know, you may not have thought, even breathing or hearing or seeing or asking a question or putting words together. And then also, they have this really cool AI software too that was dope. The Museum of Fine Arts, of course I did this in a long-ass Instagram post, and I'm running out of time because the nigga got to catch a flight. But I did have a chance to see the Picasso exhibit, and it was very, that was probably one of the most powerful things I've experienced in my life, actually, because the juxtaposition between Picasso and the African art, I could really see the spirit and feel the emotion from the African art and understand that there was a purpose behind it. The voodoo, the African spirituality, the African rituals, the African kingdoms, like everything that was involved with it through oppression and through a knowledge made me see that this just had so much more to it. And when I looked at Picasso's art, I didn't feel much to it. His comments were surface level. His character was surface level as far as being with the Nazis in World War II with Coco Chanel. The elements that he was borrowing seemed kind of primitive as compared to the people who were actually doing it themselves and really had a spirit, a culture, and a feel to it. So, you know, at first I thought I was kind of bugging, so I texted my sister and she gave me some advice and talked about the whole World War II thing. She didn't fuck with Picasso in the first place. And then I talked to some other black ladies who were there too, and they felt the same system as I did, and they felt Picasso was just completely out of touch with African art and didn't even know why he was there in the first place. So for me, more than anything, besides dispelling these things I felt about Picasso, it also made me realize that African art is extremely powerful. And it made me even want to refine my art more. And when I'm doing Angry Educated Black Man, think about my end goals and how is it going to impact people and how can I really set myself apart in a way that's unique in African American art and in a way that people really feel something, you know what I'm saying? More than anything I could just say is that when I looked at those pieces, I felt something, like something was in my heart, man, and I can't even really explain it. But when I saw Picasso's pieces, it just felt surface level. Even when I was reading the descriptions, it wasn't very advanced. Like the descriptions of some of the African art was very complex and all these different elements they had into mythology and just all these different things. It was just very compelling. It actually made me want to dive more into some of the African arts, some of the old ancient African religions like voodoo and everything else. So it was very exciting and very, very powerful. Oh yeah, the food. I don't want to leave the food out now. The food was amazing. I didn't get a chance to try poutine. I know y'all gonna kill me, but honestly, my mouth was fucked up. I mean, I was in so much pain I can barely brush my teeth now, so I'm gonna have to go to the dentist right when I get back. But for the first 4 or 5 days that I was here, everything was amazing. Like I said, the brunch was amazing. The food that Cornelius took me to eat was amazing. I went to this beer brewery where they had three different beers you could use. All right, my bad, my battery died. I had to get back to it. But anyways, I was talking about food. I went to this three brasseries. They had this amazing raspberry beer. They had this OPA. I've never even heard of a fucking OPA where they cook it outside, or instead of an IPA where they cook it inside, they cook it outside of the barrel. And the taste was fucking amazing. Like, it was awesome. I definitely got fucked up to that. And then ended up going out. That's when I went to Foundique Electronic and was dancing on the stage. But like I say, the food was awesome. Like I say, it was cheap. It was affordable. I even had a chance to go to this all-vegan spot called Ox Viveres. I probably said it wrong. But anyway, they had this tempeh skewer, and then they had this amazing smoothie that was all natural, and then they had this just amazing bacon cheddar salad that was just all organic, all vegan. It was beautiful. I mean, there's just so many eating options, and I mean, I literally just could not get through everything. I mean, there still was Schwartz bagels that I didn't get to try, which were supposed to be sweet bagels. I didn't get to try any poutine. It's similar to Barcelona in the feel of that you can walk anywhere, but I feel like Montreal was even more compact than Montreal. And in a sense, it was more like New York because it's like everything's so compact, and each time you walk through, it's like a whole new neighborhood. It's like a whole new borough. And with Montreal, I felt the same thing, really. I mean, you could rent a bike. I biked around a couple times, went through the park, had a chance to just check out one of my friends' places, which was really nice. But overall, it was a great walking city. Anywhere you go, there's plenty to do. You've got Old Montreal, you've got the Old Port. There's plenty of bars. There's plenty to eat. The people are great. I mean, overall, it's just an amazing experience. I don't really, I know that I'll be coming back, and I know that I'm really gonna enjoy it. There's so many things that I wasn't able to tell you about because I'm on a deadline and I've got time and I've got to get out of here. And these people are probably gonna tell me to get the fuck off their property. So, most importantly, I'm gonna try to cover anything that I missed when I come back. But I just wanted to make sure to give you my fresh thoughts while I was still here in Montreal. My flight's about to leave in 2 hours, and well, 2.5 hours. So I need to go ahead and catch this flight. But like I said, great people. Great clubs. I was moving around everywhere. The vibe was amazing. So, like I say, if you get a chance, definitely check out Montreal. It's an inexpensive city. Definitely come in the summer. Don't come in the winter. But yeah. Also, the weather's pretty crazy though. So bring a jacket, bring whatever you need. I mean, from one day when it's humid as fuck to like 90 degrees, and the next day was 60 degrees, and then the next day was raining. But I mean, with only being about a 2-hour flight from New York, they probably have about the same temperature climate. So whatever you would expect in New York, you're probably gonna see in Montreal as well. So that would cover that. But overall, that's about all I got. If I got anything else, I'll let you know. But it's Anger Educated Black Man. I'll holler at you. And we gonna go ahead and kick it in for fall since that's the end of summer. So I'll holler at y'all. Much love.